Hey everybody, how are you? This is JR. I hope your day is going well. I wanted to hop on here again and talk to you about some things that are rolling around in my mind. And today I want to talk to you about school. Now, I know I've touched briefly on this in other videos. Today I really want to kind of hone in on it about the school system and just education in general. I'm sure most of you know that just because you're educated doesn't mean you're educated in the right things. I mean, you could be educated in a plethora of things and still be quite silly with your ideologies, your thoughts, your ideas. You know, that education doesn't necessarily mean you're smart either. Anybody can learn how to do something. So I guess what I'm getting at is, what is education for? It's not going to make you smarter necessarily. Is education to make you a better worker, possibly? And that takes me to the education system. What kind of human being does it actually produce? Got to forgive the lighting here. Hope you can see me okay. Where I am, it's pretty beautiful out here. You know, remember the school, kindergarten through 12th grade, the old grind? It's kind of similar to the 9 to 5 job, isn't it? Right? Get there in the morning and got a bell to listen for. Got to ask permission to use the restroom. You got to look forward, pay attention. You got to put those chains on. Do what you're told. Listen to authority. Don't question authority. Just listen to what you're being told to do and follow instructions. Remember that one? Follow instructions. Do as you're told. Oh, yeah. And if people do a great job doing that, they're rewarded, aren't they? They're given little golden stars. This is the teacher's pet. I remember that. I was a horrible student, I'll be honest with you. I was just god awful. I just didn't care about what they were teaching. I thought most of what they were teaching was stupid. But that's just me. Maybe you liked school. Maybe maybe you didn't see school like I did as just a fashion show, a pageantry. But you know, take a look at school. They don't teach you how to be an entrepreneur. They don't teach you how to do a checkbook. They don't teach you anything about money, where money comes from, what money is for, how to invest money. You know why? Let's just cut to the quick, right? The reason why they don't teach you to be an entrepreneur, because these big corporations, the Rockefeller types, these types of people, JP Morgans, yeah, they don't want competition. They don't want you to become a free thinker. They want you to become a little corporate shill, and you just do what you're told as you were taught in school. Conditioned, that's all conditioning, to be a good little servant, do what you're told, and don't question. Just go along to get along, right? You know, trust the process. Remember that? Just trust the process. Right. Look where that's gotten the world today. Over $300 trillion worth of debt. 38 trillion here in the United States. All from the same people who run the education system. That's just nothing to worry about, right? Just a coincidence that the same people who run education, they run the monetary system, and they're failing. But you see, here's the thing. The system's not failing. The system is operating the exact way they planned it. Oh, you may think that everything looks horrible and gloomy. No. This is exactly how they want it, and this is exactly how they're having it. The whole world is being destroyed financially so they can roll in a global governance, a new world order, and a global currency. You watch. Global currency is on its way. There's already talk of digital currency. But in school, we don't learn this stuff, right? In school, we don't learn to question these things, to think like this. Well, I mean, could you imagine if your teacher in 5th or 6th grade stood up before the class and said, hey, folks, by the way, I want you to know something here, kids. This system is corrupt, and it's engineered in a way to keep you down and not to succeed. And that's why I am not going to teach you how to become an entrepreneur. I'm not going to teach you where money comes from, who runs the monetary system, and who the big players in the world are. Because you know what? We're here to destroy you, your creativity. and to keep you down small. Now, some of you on here may think, oh my gosh, you're like the prophet of doom. I mean, there's got to be some positive here. This is the positive. Stuff like this. This is the positive. The garbage you learned in church, I mean, well, that too. I misspoke. But in school, it's not to help you. It's to keep you in a box. Think about it. Think about it. Do you remember walking and taking the breaks outside the class? Like you'd be in the classroom and it'd be break time. It'd be time for you to get a drink of water and go to the restroom, right? So everybody, they would line up, right? Single file line. And if you're really good, you got to be the leader of that line, right? And you just march out to the restroom and the water fountain, and one by one, you next, you next. No, uniformity, conformity. That's right. We don't want anyone jumping ahead of the other person or getting there before them, or just stay in conformity, do what you're told, listen to your teacher, listen to the bell. The bell's going to ring. You're going to go to your next class. You're going to learn some stuff that you're going to forget by the end of the day. And whoever can parrot the most amount of information and score well on a test, well, that'll be the one that gets the A. Regurgitate this information, not knowing actually what it means. Not knowing what it means. Just parrot it. Regurgitate it. Pass the test, get the grade. And there you have it, my friends. The pageantry. That's right, the pageantry of school. Being a good little servant, a good little slave to the system, so you can get that job, that corporate job, and you can sit in a cubicle, or you can travel, maybe put miles on your car and go convince other people why they should buy this project or this product rather. And you can make a little money and they can make a whole lot of money. Now listen, again, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm not telling you you're wrong. I think you are, but I'm not going to tell you what to do. You got to make that decision for yourself. You got to be your own person. You have to come to these conclusions. And if you're listening to me, you're probably along the same lines as me, wanting to know more, understand more. Instead of being a person just regurgitates information handed to you without knowing it, maybe you would like to understand that information. Maybe you would like to understand who you are and why you do what you do. That's the whole point of this channel. Questioning as to why you do what you do, why you think what you think. Folks, that is important. Knowing who you are and why you do what you do. Man, questioning the citadel of your being. You know, school does not allow you to do that. Now, I'm sure there's some college courses you can take that'll in the realm of critical thinking. Yes, there are some good professors out there, I'm sure, but as a whole, you don't want to get too far off the beaten path. You don't want to stir the pot too much because it'll bring you back in line. But it goes back to the schooling. Single file lines, cafeteria food, listening to the bell, sitting up straight, looking forward, obeying the teacher, regurgitating information onto a test, being a good parent, parroting the information. It's remarkable to me. And no wonder we have such a disconnected society. No wonder people are unhappy with their jobs, because it's the same stew every day. If you had to eat the same stew every day, that would be kind of boring, right? If you eat the same thing every day, I wouldn't like it. I like variety. You know, we're called to have variety in our lives. We're not called to do things the way the society has earmarked for us. We don't have to do it this way. You don't have to work the 9 to 5. You don't have to put your kids in daycare and go get a corporate job and believe that somehow being a corporate slave, you now have freedom. That's doublespeak. That's not true. You're not free at all. Again, you can do that. But if you're a person who wants to look behind the veil, to see what's going on, to understand why society works the way it works, well, that's what I'm trying to do. Am I right about everything? No. But you know, I was that person chasing the almighty dollar. Coming out of school, it taught me, JR, you're going to have to get good grades. You need an A to B grade point. You need to learn this stuff, this pointless stuff that you absolutely hate. You need to learn it so you can be like everybody else sitting in that box, the same age, asking the same questions, regurgitating the same information, parroting the same information, all looking for a little status from the teacher for being that model student, making that honor roll. So you can go to college, get into debt, and you get yourself a nice little job, right? A little corporate job, and you can make that wage or that hourly, or the hourly wage, or maybe the salary, which in corporate America we call the celery wage, because you're always going to do a lot more than what you're supposed to, right? A lot more than you signed up for. It's for a little bit of money, right? Yeah. So we've been sold a bill of goods. Got geese out here. Check that out. They're all over the place. And they're pooping everywhere. Wow. So we've been sold a bill of goods to believe this system, to embrace it. This is the only way. It's just, does that not ring a bell in your mind? Bring up old memories here, but does that not set right with you? Is that wrong? I mean, we're told there's one way of doing it. Go through school, get a college education, right? Get into debt, get married, have kids, have a mortgage for 30 years, take a vacation, 2-week vacation once a year, get cancer, get treated, and die. That's pretty much the norm these days. And now people can't even do that. I mean, they can get cancer, but it's hard to make a living. Home prices are outrageous. But we were taught in school, listen, school taught us that if we work hard, and we be honest with the system, well, the system will give us back great rewards. We'll have that nice home. We'll have that nice car, the prestige of being a nice community member, a pillar of society, right? Yeah, all that BS. Look how that's worked out. Now you need 3 jobs to get by. Home prices are about 400 times the wage that people are earning compared to 1980, where it was about 40 times. People are unhappy. They're disconnected. They don't feel any value in life. You've got grown men, ages 45, 55, 60 years old, and they feel they have been lied to, slighted, taken advantage of. And guess what? You have. I'm here to tell you, you absolutely have. The boomers could go work hard, right? I got crap all over my shoes. Look at that. Oh my gosh. There's goose crap everywhere. But we're told that if we just go out and play by the rules, that we'll be okay. And some people made it, right? You take a look at the boomers, they seem to have made it. They bought their houses cheap. They're worth a whole lot of money. They invested in the stock market. Everything turned out right, but things have changed. That's right. Things have changed. Prices have gone through the roof. Inflation is eating the person's wages, right? You can't make a living on your wages anymore. But school, listen, school taught us you could. That's right. School says if you play by the rules, as I've just said, you're going to make it. It's going to be fine. Just follow the program. Now, let me be truthful. Let's be truthful here. Playing by the rules, nope, doesn't work anymore. Working hard doesn't work anymore. Playing by the rules is for, I guess you would say, the sheep. Because I can tell you, the elite, the predator class, they do not play by the rules. And you're going to have to get a bit more crafty. Because coming into this new system of things, into 2030 and beyond, it's going to get very difficult. You're going to have to adapt to the technology side of the world. YouTube, whatever it is, whatever talent you have that you can put online, whether you sell your woodwork on Etsy, whether you do a how to do on YouTube. I mean, you're just going to have to find a way. AI is coming. What you think about this? Again, going back to school, they told us that if we play by the rules, trust the system, it'll work for us, right? But you remember NAFTA in the 90s? Our jobs overseas. And then after that, they brought people in to work, which we're dealing with today, whether you like it or not. They took whatever remaining jobs there were, and whatever jobs now we have left over, AI is taking. Brought to you in part by the same people said that if you will just follow the rules, get the degree, and pay attention, you'll be just fine. It was a lie. You and I were lied to. And the sooner we come to that realization and understand it, the sooner we can move on and start devising a plan to work against it, to succeed. I know I dropped out of the workforce, the 9-to-5 crap, in 2018, started my business in 2019. Has it been easy? No. Has it been worth it? Absolutely. Let me tell you something. There has been times I've scraped along, and there have been times I've ridden high on the hog, and it was great. Freedom is scary. The problem is you've been told all your life that money is security. Money will make you happy. Stuff fulfills you. The more stuff you have, the greater the person you are. That is all a lie. Let me tell you something. I will take my freedom any day over money. I am not out here pursuing money nonstop. If I can make it, great. I'll make it. But the new monetary system, the new money is freedom. Look what I get to do. Look where I am. I'm on a beautiful island. I don't have a bunch of debt. I don't have to get up in the morning worrying about money. I'm not wealthy. I am not a rich person. I am not seeking that. I noticed when I stopped seeking wealth, guess what happened? I became wealthy. And I'm not talking about money. Get the money out of your head, man. Get it out of your head. Peace. If you don't have peace, then you have no wealth. Peace is wealth. Understand this. Beating yourself up every day, trying to become rich, trying to compare yourself with others' success. You don't know what that person's going through. I'm going to tell you a story. I got a friend. He's very wealthy. And he tells me, JR, you're not wealthy. I'm wealthy. I have all the money I need. I don't have to worry about anything. I never scrape by. But I want what you want. I want to have to scrape by sometimes. Sometimes I want to have to struggle. But you've got a beautiful wife, beautiful children, grandchildren, people that love you. You're well respected in your community. You're well known in your love because you're just a man of honor, right? That's a great compliment. I really appreciate that. Money cannot buy that. Money takes care of money issues. Money doesn't take care of all the other issues humans have. Humans are much more complex than just from a monetary standpoint, okay? If your life revolves around money, you have lost. You're lost. You're lost. If you're a materialist and you think that you're going to find happiness in a product, you're lost. You need help. I'm glad you're here. You're always welcome here. But that's not what this page is about. It's not about money. It's not about wealth. It's not about materialism. In fact, it's the opposite of that. Is it wrong to make money? Absolutely not. If you can make a lot of money, you should, but not at the detriment of your mental health, your marriage, your relationships. Can't you know the old cliche? I know it's all played out. You can't take it all with you, and it's true. You cannot. You can't take it with you. But how do you want to be remembered? You want to be remembered as a greedy bastard that just accumulated wealth to himself, or do you want to be remembered as a guy that woke up and said to himself, you know what? There's more to life than just trying to get rich. There's more to life than trying to just impress people. There's more to life than just the status quo I've been taught in school, right? This pageantry of materialism. There's more to life than that. Live your life. Remember, you're worth freedom. You got to act like it. and freedom from the bonds of trying to become rich. I have heard lots and lots of people say that when you let go of the pursuit of money, money seems to find you. It's like the universe hates disparity, hates to hear people sounding desperate and pathetic. And another thing is, struggling is good. It builds character. Struggling makes you more understanding and sympathetic of other people's plights, right? If you're a person that has everything handed to you, what kind of life is that? I'm sure you've known people maybe in school or in your personal life, outside of school, in your professional life as an adult, who had everything handed to them. Typically, how do those people turn out? What do they really have to offer to anybody? Nothing. They're shallow. I know a lot of people like that. They're shallow. They don't know how to do anything. They don't know how to talk to people. They've lived sheltered lives. It's not me, man. It's not you. We've been lied to. Yes, we've been lied to. School's been a big lie. Pretty much everything you see in the media is a lie. It's all meant to dumb you down and to make you a sheep, to make you a tax cattle. And we go along to get along. We think, if we just vote harder for our favorite guy or gal, then they're going to come in here and be a hero like a knight in shining armor. And they are going to save us. Let me tell you something, my friend. I'm sure you've heard this many times. No one's coming to save you. No one. You better save yourself. Save yourself from all the BS that you're hearing coming across the lines, across the news outlets, whether it be Fox News, CNN, CNBC, all these people left versus right. Let me tell you something. If you buy into that left versus right stuff, you're toast, man. You're toast. You need to stop and think. We elect these presidents. It never gets any better. The debt continues to climb. Inflation continues to climb. The rich keep getting richer. The poor keep getting poorer. And the dissension and the deceit and the dismantling of our nations continues, and it's getting worse. It's not getting better. That's why you got to find the inner peace. You got to break out of this 9-to-5 system. You've got to think for yourself. You've got to question the citadel of your being. You've got to have that interview in front of the mirror about who you are and what you want in life. What's important to you is chasing this wild ass dream, this carrot on the stick endeavor. If that's what you want, by all means, go get it. But no, not me. And I know a lot of people like me are just sick of it. They're sick of the carrot and stick. It's all the goalposts are moved a little further out. It's a little further. I just keep grabbing. Oh, my team Pepsi, my team Coke is going to help me out. Oh, I'm mad at this person. I'm mad at that person. They said this. They said that. It's all a distraction. It's all a distraction. And I'm telling you, what you're seeing on the news is a lie. Just like school. School was a lie. And you see that now. If you're watching this video, you know what I'm saying is true. In the back of your mind, you know that voice is saying to you, man, this is not how it was supposed to work out. And then you blame yourself. I'm not working hard enough, or I'm not smart enough. Listen, buddy, if you're making a wage, you're never going to get ahead. You're never going to get ahead. You're always going to be going to that office or to that job, hating your job, making somebody else rich, and thinking along the lines of what your school teachers told you, that if you just work harder and if you just show up, it's all going to work out. No, it's not. Are you awake yet? It's not working out. It's not working out at all. That's because you have taken the bait. I took the bait. I believed in the 9-to-5. It didn't work. So eventually my mind just worked against me. It was like there's something inside me that said, you know what, if you're not going to pay attention, I'm going to force you to pay attention. Look at this. Look at you're not happy. You're running around like a chicken with your head cut off. You have talent, you have abilities. Like you have talent, you have abilities, and you're probably not using them because you're stuck in school. You're still in school. You get that school mentality that this is the system, this is what works. When really only thing it produces is unhappy people that are a bunch of materialistic fools that have no sense of community, that have no true meaning in life, no true friendships, but at least they've got some stuff, right? And they'll sell you down the road for it in a heartbeat. Stuff. Yeah, the American way, man. Doesn't that feel good? I got some stuff, man. I'm gonna watch some sports. I'm gonna eat some chicken wings. Yeah, I'm dying in debt. The nation is just burning, and everybody's pissed off at everybody else. But man, got me a nice 9 to 5 job and some benefits, right? And when I'm dying with cancer and they're treating me, and I'm like thinking this was wrong, it's gonna be too late. Oh yeah, I'm a bit of a cynic, I know, but what I'm saying is true, and you know it. I'm a bit theatrical today, I must admit. I'm a bit wired up. I'm watching people that I've known for many, many years just turn into complete jerk faces and treat other people like garbage because of what a politician has done or said. Really? A politician? You know what? You know what? You know what government is, don't you? It is Hollywood for ugly people. They couldn't make it in Hollywood. Listen, buddy, if you believe that there's a such thing as a Republican or a Democrat, you're toast. You're toast. It's not true. That's that school education you got right there. School. How's that worked out for you? You happy? Take a look here. Look at it. Look what I get to do. I'm not bragging. Don't take this the wrong way. I'm not rich. I don't drive a Lambo. Don't want one. I don't own a big home. Don't want one. You know what I own? This. I own this. And I get to do whatever I want, whenever I want. If I wanted to pack up today and leave this island, boom, I could go. Can you say that? You can. You can. And if you want that, then strive for that. Remember, the schooling you got is wrong. The education you got did not teach you how to become independent. Remember, it taught you how to be a slave. And I'm drilling this into your head on purpose. Because some of you out there are ready to take that step. You're ready to take that step forward because you have taken a look around. You have studied your circumstances, your situation, and you're thinking, man, the squeeze, well, how's it go? The squeeze isn't worth the juice, or the juice isn't worth the squeeze. Either way, it's all a fraud. It's all a fake. You know, it's time for good people like you, good people like me, to stand up and call it what it is. A fraud. We've been lied to. Yeah, listen, I'm not a professional. I don't script this stuff, guys. This is raw. This is just who I am. And it's going to work for some. It's not going to work for everyone. It's okay. It works for me. At the end of the day, it's all that matters. So I hope this woke you up a little bit. Phone call coming in. In fact, that is the guy that I was just talking about calling me. He calls me all the time. He's a great guy. Love him to death. This is it. Well, I got to get off here. I'm going to go take a walk in this beautiful place. Look at this. This is the things you get to do in the middle of the day when you don't follow the system. And just remember, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. You can break free. You can do it too. There's nothing special about me. I'm not rich. I'm not super smart, as you can tell. I'm just an average guy asking above average questions. All right, well, that's my rant for the day. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, I need you to subscribe, to comment, to share, to like. It helps the channel. It helps me. I want to keep doing this. It's just going to get better from here, guys. Again, I'm not a professional. No scripts, just raw. This is JR, over and out.